90s, she left to the Foundation of the Carolinas what was at that time the largest single gift they had ever received. And I think that might be true to this day. It still remains the largest single gift. So we're talking about somebody who benefited many, many organizations around here. Fortunately, Florence Crittendon was one of those. And her causes in particular were around early child care and early child education, and hence her connection with the mission of Florence Crittendon. You know, when you're a CPA and you get put on a board like this, you become the finance guy. You're the numbers guy, right? By default. And I'm glad I got a chance to play that role and help the organization. But as I thought about that, it really makes me more like Charles Crittendon than it makes me more like Lucille Giles. And if you don't know the history of Crittendon, Charles Crittendon was the creator, the founder, the original person who got Florence Crittendon's started all over the country. And he was a Yankee like me, a finance guy from New York, a numbers guy. And out of love for his daughter Florence, who died tragically at 4 years old, he went around the country and started Crittendon agencies and dedicated his time and his money and his efforts to helping the causes of women who were living at the margin. And one of the things that the early Crittendon organizations did, and still do to this day, which makes them really, really unique, is not only do they provide services, they provide care, they provide love and well-being, but they also teach skills. They help young women who maybe haven't had the opportunity to develop some life skills, parenting skills, family skills, friend skills, survival skills for the world. They learn those, they have an opportunity to practice those, and with those skills they are truly able to go out and have a life-changing opportunity for success. That's one of the hallmarks of Crittendon, and one of the things that really sets it apart. Ken mentioned I originally got on the board through, I would say, the suggestion of Sarah Cabral. But if you know Sarah, I had just moved to Charlotte from Hartford, Connecticut. I was new to this town, didn't know anybody. And I happened to have a client that every CPA and attorney in this town would have died to have, namely Sarah Bell Gambrell. And Sarah, in her charming, offhand way, said to me one day, "David," which I knew she meant to get my attention with, she said, "There's this wonderful organization here in Charlotte that needs help in their finance area, and don't you think it would be just lovely if you got involved?" And you can imagine there was only one answer to that: yes, ma'am. Glad to do it. 25 years later, here we are. And that's 25 years on the finance committee and the board of advisors and all kinds of other things. But I do want to set the record straight on one other thing. I have participated in the Florence Crittendon golf outing every year since it started. And I have never yet won a prize, never won a raffle. So I'm just putting that out there to the folks organizing. This is apparently my year to get awards. And, I'm just saying. Seriously though, in closing, what kept me involved in Crittendon all of these years really was being the father of two daughters. And I always wanted my daughters to kind of get it. I wanted them to understand what Florence Crittendon was about. I wanted them to understand why it was important to me. And I wanted them to, walk a little bit in the shoes of some of the young ladies that were here, and to kind of see that in life. And, most of all, I wanted them to appreciate how, if you got involved and you committed your time and your resources to a great organization like Florence Crittendon, that you really could make a difference. So, thank you so much for the opportunity to win and cherish this award this year. And I guess my challenge to all of you is to get involved and stay involved We can certainly use your help here at Crittendon, but if it isn't here, then somewhere else, because as Marilyn said, working together, we really can make a difference. Thank